Hello, this is Hubert Scheer, General Manager of SiR Academy, and I want to talk to you about the offering of a Master of Science level of training and workshops that we are going to organize. As you can see, we're already in the setting of a typical university environment, very familiar to you. And what we want to discuss here is what is the content of that training, of that master level. First of all, we want to discuss a little bit more of what is the service integrated relationship. And we have to start then from the first point, which is what is customer experience? And Olaf, PhD researcher in this field, how would you explain all that?
Yeah, it's interesting because, well, at the academy, we're talking about service integrated relationship, and we say it's a new logic, and it is, and we invite all people to also participate in other training programs to have a complete view on this logic. But indeed, if we go outside today in 2016 and we go into companies, they say what is important is not SiR at this point, but is customer experience building and having good promoters and having emotional experiences. And it is really, really, really important to understand that our pursuit for customer experiences has not led to more loyal customers. So we have been working in a field. Nobody says that good experiences are worse than bad experiences. So it is important to have good experiences. But where's then the difference conceptually between an experience and a relationship? Now what we see is SiR defines a relationship on a meta experience level. So what we say is, for instance, you have a restaurant experience. You're experiencing the service, the food, the environment, and that's your restaurant experience. And you experience to be pampered and spoiled and surprised. That is experience. Now, what is a relationship is actually when the chef from the kitchen comes and say, like, how did you experience the experience? That is on a meta level. And then we actually move into the dialogue with the organization about how it was, how we appreciated it, and so on. So actually we get out of our experiencing mode into our thinking about, and that is exactly what we within SiR define as the customer relationship, is this thinking about experience. So basically we need an experience to have a meta experience. If not, there is no relationship if there is no basis. And indeed, we also experience the relationship. So the fact that afterwards we can say to our friends, I had this conversation with the chef. So you get these layers and levels in mental.
So it's bringing from the experience to hang on a further dimension, which is the relationship. So that it becomes more an interaction between the consumer, the end user, the customer, and the supplier of the service or the,
Which again is an experience. So you can experience having a relationship.
So it's the CX, as we call it, versus the SiR, right?
That's it, that's
it. Okay, good. Once you know that, of course, okay, good, we know now what the customer relationship is, which will be scientifically supported and built. Does it guarantee already loyalty from your customer then?
Yeah, that is like complex, because then we first need to dive into what are the ingredients of a relationship. So when we are working on this meta level, meta experience, then what are actually then the concepts that are playing? And very important there is to distinguish, we posit, and we have also found that all relational concepts like involvement, trust, identification, familiarity, closeness, intimacy. So all these positive mental states that can be attributed to a relationship, they can be actually mapped on a space of what we call the state of the relationship. And we actually generally distinguish between more concrete concepts, like for instance an observation. So I observe that you come to the table, and that is an aspect of, I may interpret that as part of the relationship, the fact that you're coming to me, but that's just an observation. But we also have, of course, appreciations. I appreciate that you're going the extra mile, and I evaluate it as positive. So what we see is that we have a level of observation, interpretation, evaluation, and actually attitudinal components. So am I an ambassador towards you? That is more my thinking about what I can do for you. And so we need we need to see that a relationship consists of different levels of observation, so mental processes, but also different needs that people want to see fulfilled in a relationship. And that again is, I want you to give to me what I need. I also want to see what I can do for you. It's very important for a mother, just like a strange example, but that a mother can give to her children as part of her sense of relationship with the children. So it's not just like receiving. In a relationship, there's also a need to give, which is, by the way, for marketing programs really, let's say, new, because generally we think that we need to reward loyalty. And what we within SiR say is that you need to activate loyalty and make them work for you, because people are loyal, so they want to give something back, which is kind of new. And there's scientific research that shows that we have been doing maybe the wrong things within relationships.
So there is, of course, already loyalty and the so-called loyalty programs, but what you're saying is that you want to redefine loyalty as almost like a loyalty 2.0, right?
Yeah, that's what we're saying. And so loyalty is not a customer who receives an experience, is not thinking and says like, hey, this is great, and I'm going to come back and become an ambassador. So loyalty is not the result of a great experience. What we say is that loyalty is part of the relationship, where we say like, well, we facilitate you to be, to participate more actively, to engage, co-create with us, share your good ideas about us with us, so that we can actually develop those ideas. So we, within SiR, define loyalty as a facilitated, enhanced role of the customer in the service process, which seems to be a more fit approach in 2016. But that also means, of course, that the drivers of that type of loyalty are different than the ones that we thought they were. So for customers just to come back, you need other stimuli, like just positive experience. But for customers to participate more, you need to set up facilitation of their loyalty. You need to have goodwill. That's what we say in SiR is very important. So we see that if you change the definition of loyalty as we do, and it's not like as we do, as we think the customer is changing the definition of loyalty, then you need to come up with a complete different set of drivers, which we can investigate scientifically. We can do many experimental studies and empirical studies about that.
So if we have this scientific, comprehensive approach of what customer experience is, what customer relationships are, what loyalty 2.0 means, logically, what comes then, how can you validate or valorize all of your scientific know-how?
Yes. So it's important that in this program, in the trainings, we will deal with cases, cases in different industries, facility services, hospitality services, healthcare, automotive, retail, and so on. So everybody's welcome. And we have done studies in almost all industries. And we actually see that variables and concepts that we are dealing with, like trust and identification, play out differently in different industries. Trust in banking is something else than trust in a car wash. And so we understand that trust plays a more important role in banking than in a car wash. But still, trust is also there important. But how does it play out? So we will see, and it's interesting on a master level, so for also people who want to do research or are doing research in a particular industry, how relationship variables play out differently in their environment. So that means that we try to validate our SiR theories, the things that we know, but for their specific environment. On the other hand, of course, it is important, if we are able to build loyalty and this collaborative relationship, how can businesses make value out of that?
And apply.
And apply it, and also actually like become better businesses, which eventually make more profit and have customers stay longer with their company. And that's also, so we are looking at how do the relationship concepts actually have a favorable impact on different business outcomes. And that can be researched. So if you don't have a research topic, you can come to us and we would love to elaborate on that. If you already are in that type of research, then we could actually help you operationalize your research.
Thank you so much. I believe this is a good and a call for action. So if you want to be one of the persons who want to have a Master of Science in relationship theory, in the service integrated relationship, please take your time to enroll for this master course. Thank you.